Breaking. Oprah Winfrey dropped D#D in court after hearing her sentence. Life imprisonment. Oprah Winfrey's fall from grace in the wake of Gene Hackman's tragic D#TH. It was supposed to be just another high-profile trial. A few cameras outside, murmurs from courthouse benches, and of course, Oprah Winfrey herself. Cool, calm, composed. After all, she was Oprah, the billionaire media mogul, the queen of daytime TV, the woman who practically invented "you get a car" moments. But what happened next was something no one, not even Hollywood's best screenwriters, could have scripted. Just seconds after Judge Kramer delivered her shocking sentence, life imprisonment without parole, Oprah collapsed. Gasps filled the courtroom as security scrambled, medics rushed in, and the world collectively held its breath. Was this really happening? Yes. Oprah Winfrey, the woman whose name was once synonymous with empowerment, had dropped D# in court. But how did it come to this? How did America's most beloved talk show host become the center of a chilling cover-up involving none other than Gene Hackman's mysterious D#TH? And more importantly, why did she risk everything? Grab your coffee, sit down, and buckle up, because what you're about to read might just change the way you see everything. The powerhouse and the puzzle, Oprah's mysterious ties to Gene Hackman. On the surface, their lives couldn't have been more different. Gene Hackman, the private, fiercely proud actor who once vowed never to return to Hollywood's bright lights. Oprah Winfrey, the media tycoon with a golden touch and an empire that stretched across every screen, stream, and shelf in America. So why was she so invested, personally and secretly, in the details of his death? Well, it turns out Hackman's passing wasn't as peaceful as originally believed. Authorities found both Gene and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, dead in separate rooms in their sprawling Santa Fe mansion on February 26. It wasn't just their D#THS that raised red flags. It was the way they D*addition. Both showed signs of trauma. One of their dogs was also found dead. And perhaps most eerie of all, Gene's last known activity, his digital heartbeat, if you will, was recorded on February 17th. That's 9 days before the bodies were found. So where does Oprah fit in? Turns out, she wasn't just mourning a friend. She was allegedly tampering with the very investigation meant to uncover the truth. Behind closed doors, how Oprah allegedly manipulated the investigation. Here's where the story veers into uncharted territory. Multiple sources close to the investigation say that Oprah used her vast network of influence, media contacts, legal insiders, even political connections, to steer the narrative away from foul play. Rumors swirled that she personally called key figures involved in the case, urging them to look the other way or wait for more details before releasing statements. But why would she do that? Well, whispers in elite circles suggest Oprah may have had a more personal stake in this case than anyone knew. There were unconfirmed reports of late-night visits to the Hackman estate months before the couple's death. Neighbors described seeing a luxury SUV with tinted windows pulling into the Hackman driveway at odd hours. And one Santa Fe local even snapped what they believed to be a blurry photo of Oprah at a local cafe with Betsy Arakawa. Coincidence? Or conspiracy? As more questions piled up, the FBI quietly stepped in. What they uncovered shook everything. The smoking gun. Evidence that brought Oprah to trial. When it comes to courtroom drama, nothing stings more than undeniable proof. And in Oprah's case, it came in the form of a single encrypted voicemail file recovered from Gene Hackman's smart home system, a system he had set up specifically after expressing concerns about being watched and followed. The voicemail was from Oprah. In it, her voice is calm but stern. "We can't let this get out. You know how this works, Gene. There's too much at stake for everyone." Everyone? Investigators began untangling what looked like a vast web of secrecy, involving media manipulation, financial incentives, and even digital tampering of police records. The court revealed that key documents in the case had been deleted or altered just hours after being logged. And the IP address? Traced back to a private server owned by one of Oprah's shell companies. Oops. But why Oprah? a theory that left America speechless. So, what exactly was Oprah trying to hide? Some believe she was protecting someone close to her. Others suspect she had entered into a secret agreement with Gene Hackman over dangerous Hollywood secrets, secrets that were never supposed to surface. Insiders claim Hackman had planned to write a tell-all memoir exposing high-profile players in a decades-long cover-up involving abuse, manipulation, and even ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, that Epstein. And guess what? Hackman had already drafted 2 chapters. They were found in a locked safe in his study, one that police almost missed. One of the chapters was titled simply, "The List." Could Oprah's panic have been triggered by the potential fallout of Hackman's revelations? Could her empire have crumbled if his truth had gone public? The jury didn't need convincing. The trial that broke the internet. The world tuned in for what quickly became the most-watched trial in modern history. Live-streamed gavel-to-gavel coverage, memes exploding across social media, and news networks dissecting every eyebrow raise and tissue dab. One moment that stunned the public came when a courtroom technician played the full voicemail. As Oprah sat frozen, the judge leaned in and whispered, "Do you have anything to say before sentencing?" She looked up, eyes filled with tears, and simply said, "I didn't mean for it to end this way." Then the sentence dropped. Life imprisonment. And seconds later, she collapsed. Shockwaves across Hollywood. Who's next? Oprah's collapse didn't just shake the courtroom. It sent aftershocks rippling through the entertainment industry. Suddenly, A-listers were silent. Publicists scrambled. And every celebrity who had once cozied up to Oprah found themselves unfollowing her on social media at lightning speed. Even Gayle King issued a statement. "This is a devastating moment. I had no idea." But the biggest question remains. If Oprah was just the tip of the iceberg, who else knew? Who helped cover this up? Who profited from Hackman's silence? The FBI promises more arrests are coming. Hollywood, for once, is terrified. Lessons in trust, power, and the cost of silence. If you're like most people, you grew up trusting Oprah. She was on your TV every weekday at 4 p.m. She made you laugh, cry, and believe you could be your best self. She was the ultimate self-made billionaire. She was safe. But this scandal reminds us of a hard truth. Power can protect or corrupt. What started as a simple wellness check at the Hackman estate ended in the collapse of one of the most powerful women in the world. And for what? To keep secrets buried? Maybe. But as we've now seen, the truth always digs itself back up. What can we learn from all this? Here's the kicker. Oprah's story, while extreme, mirrors something all too common: the temptation to protect our image at all costs. Whether it's covering for a friend, hiding a mistake, or turning a blind eye to injustice, we've all faced those moments. So maybe the takeaway isn't about Oprah at all. Maybe it's about you. What secrets are you burying? What truths are you scared to face? And what would happen if you finally let them out? The House of Secrets. What really happened inside Gene Hackman's mansion? If walls could talk, Gene Hackman's Santa Fe mansion would be screaming. The grand Adobe-style estate, tucked behind layers of old cottonwoods and sandstone privacy walls, wasn't just a retirement haven for one of Hollywood's most respected legends. It was also the scene of a mystery that now rivals the darkest crime thrillers. The bodies of Gene and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, weren't discovered sprawled out peacefully in bed like one would expect of a couple in their 90s.
No.
Gene's body was found slumped in a narrow mudroom, face down, rigid and cold.
Betsy?
Found in her upstairs sitting room, head tilted awkwardly to the side as if caught mid-turn. And one of their dogs, a beloved family companion, was lifeless at the foot of the stairs. But here's where things take a turn from tragic to spine-chilling. Gene's smartwatch hadn't pinged since February 17th, a full 9 days before police conducted a wellness check. Why didn't anyone check on them sooner? Why didn't neighbors hear anything? Even stranger, security footage from their home's elaborate surveillance system had mysteriously been wiped, except for one brief clip that showed a woman with Oprah's build and gait entering through the back gate at night. Coincidence? Or confirmation? Hollywood's Whisper Network, the list that wasn't supposed to exist. Let's talk about the list. The moment that word hit courtroom transcripts, the internet lit up like a Christmas tree on Red Bull. According to court testimony, investigators uncovered an encrypted document inside a fireproof safe in Hackman's study, one that only unlocked after a forensic analyst reconstructed Hackman's last recorded thumbprint. What they found was shocking. A draft of a manuscript titled Curtain Call, The Things They Don't Tell You About Fame. Inside, Hackman named names. People he claimed had manipulated careers, blackmailed industry professionals, silenced whistleblowers. But one section stood out, the one titled, They Paid Me to Forget. In it, Hackman describes being approached by an unnamed talk show queen who offered him $2 million to cancel a scheduled interview about Hollywood's underground secrets. The implication? That this queen had much more to lose than Hackman did. The timeline? Matched exactly with Oprah's infamous 2019 Maui retreat, where no press were allowed, phones were banned, and several major Hollywood elites were flown in under wellness weekend pretense. Was Oprah silencing him, or protecting something bigger? The death spiral, Oprah's final days before the trial. In the weeks leading up to her trial, those close to Oprah say she became increasingly erratic. Her team was instructed to wipe all smart devices of sensitive correspondence. She pulled out of major public appearances, including her keynote at the 2025 Global Leadership Summit. Even her beloved dogs were sent to a private animal farm in Idaho, a detail that made fans wonder, did she know the end was coming? And perhaps most telling of all, she ordered her staff to donate millions of dollars to legal aid funds, but not to her own defense. It's as if she was trying to clean her karma slate before everything unraveled. When questioned by prosecutors, she refused to name others who may have been involved in the cover-up, simply stating, "It doesn't matter now." But oh, Oprah, it really does. The world reacts, from shock to rage to reluctant sympathy. The reactions were fast and fiery.